everybody, Punisher88 here, coming at you once again with another weekend review. So with all the recent success of Daredevil, Jessica Jones and whatnot, today I decided that I'm going to review the Anthology comic, Night Nurse. So, to those of you who watch my reviews, you guys know that I like to start with the cover first, so let's check it out. Now, right off the bat, I'm 50-50 on this cover. I know, hard to believe, huh? Now the only reason why I say that is because overall, yes, this is an awesome cover. I mean, it's got everything. It's got an awesome vintage feel to it. It's got awesome coloring that really pops. And as you guys know, I dig that kind of thing. Now the only thing I'm really not feeling with this cover is some of the artwork. Now don't get me wrong. The way Linda Carter is drawn here, awesome. The way Jewel is drawn here, also awesome. The only thing that irks me about this cover is the way Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil are drawn. That's it. Other than that, awesome cover. So, with the minor technicalities out of the way, from the cover alone, do I think this book's batting 1,000? Yeah, I do. But that's just the cover. Now it's time to get down to what I like to call the nitty-gritty. But before we do, I just want to take the time to mention to any new viewers out there, or any new subscribers to my channel, that if at any time during this review, or any of my past reviews, you guys notice that I look up and down at the camera quite a bit, or it sounds like I'm reading to you guys, the reason for that is I keep my notes in front of me. Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first one being, with the notes, I find it helps the review flow a lot smoother. Second, with the notes in front of me, let's say I'm reading part of the review and I get stuck. I can backtrack and then keep going. And third, well basically when it comes to memorizing text, it has never been one of my strong suits. So therefore, the notes are actually a help aid. So if you guys are cool with that, awesome. We'll get through this review and we'll be on our merry way. Sound cool? Alright, so what do you say we get started? So the romance genre is one which has had its day in comics, and while comics go through various phases, it is unlikely that comic fans will ever see the massive rise of romance titles as there were in the 1960s and in the 1970s. The modern treatment of romance comics really differs greatly between the big two publishers, among whom the trend was the most popular. Primarily because they were the only mass market publishers at the time. DC still occasionally puts out a title which preserves the naming rights for their romance titles, such as the recent Young Romance superhero tie-in. But they mostly ignore its own past in the genre. Now, while the genre is equally long since dead at Marvel, they have incorporated the romance characters into their universe in a more comprehensive way. Patsy Walker has become the Hellcat. Millie the Model shows up occasionally as one of the Marvel Universe's actual supermodels, and the Night Nurse has played an important enough role in the history of superheroes, especially Daredevil. The recent Daredevil TV series really thrust the Night Nurse back into the spotlight. As played by Rosario Dawson, she was a combination of two nurse characters in Daredevil's past. With a bit of interest and curiosity about her past, it seemed a natural fit for Marvel to put out an anthology really focusing on the character's early history. This anthology features a collection of the original series for the character, which lasted only 4 issues back in 1972. And I tried looking on eBay, and those books, like the single issues, whew, expensive! Holy moly! As well as her introduction into the superhero community in the pages of Daredevil. Turn the page. There are in fact numerous night nurses to start with, although the series really focuses on Linda Carter. She is young and perhaps a bit naive as she endeavors not only to treat the sick, but also, true to the genre, often ends up falling in love. This anthology makes for an interesting read, especially for those interested in comic history. While the romance genre influences are a bit over the top at times, such as how many of her romantic interests turn out to be criminals, it was still more progressive at the time to put a female character at the front of her own series, especially one that was not solely a romantic heroine. Compared to today's quality, this anthology will obviously feel a bit dated, even the more recent Daredevil selection, but this still stands as good representation of a forgotten era of comic history. And one other thing I wanted to point out. Yes, I know this book had, well, for us Canadians, a $8.99 price tag. And that may sound a little steep for a comic, but for a book that isn't a weekly book or a monthly book, I would actually like to see more of these come out for different characters that we don't really hear much about, if you know what I mean. And I personally would be so cool with it. And I think a bunch of these little anthology comics would make a nice little collection. But that's just me. So anyway, that brings us to the end of another weekend comic review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. If you're into comic reviews like this one, take a look around my channel. I got plenty of them. I do a new comic review every Thursday and Saturday, if I'm able to. Thursday being a current comic, Saturday being either a back issue book, a hot topic book, or something that just really catches my eye. If you're into unboxings, well, I do a new unboxing every 2 months, if everything goes according to plan, since I am a member of the Marvel Collector Corps. And also, if you're into backstories on lame comic book characters, well, every Wednesday, again, if I'm able to, I choose a character at random and I give you guys the dirt on them. Basically, who created the character, when they made their first appearance, yada yada yada. And also, if you're into comic book hauls and whatnot, I got plenty of those too. And if you're into the reaction type videos, well, I have a series called Thoughts and Stuff, where I choose a Netflix-based superhero TV show, watch one episode a week, and then I give you my thoughts and stuff on that episode. I basically go scene by scene, and if I spot any Easter eggs throughout the episode, I let you know about them. So if you're interested in that, I suggest watching the playlist I put together for season 1 of Daredevil, just so you could get an idea of what's going on. I'm currently at episode 3 of Jessica Jones, so if you decide to binge watch season 1, well, step on over to season 2. Also, while looking around my channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading viewer comments. And also, like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty? So that's it for now, but stick around because I will have this week's What's What with Punisher 88 up after. So till next video, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!